Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So this video I actually filmed probably back in March, right when the pandemic kind of hit us here in Canada at least. And I think it was the first video I did during my free time. For whatever reason though, I could not for the life of me upload it. I couldn't edit it or like get it. I don't know what was going on with it, but it just wasn't happening. Which is okay because that one was a bit of a long video. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter than the last time around because I think it was like close to like 45 minutes, which is not cool. No bueno. But I think it kind of works out a little bit better because of the playoffs that we're having right now. The discussion of home jerseys and road jerseys, the white jersey versus the dark jersey. And I feel like it's a good time to have this kind of discussion. If you know anything about me or my channel or my love of hockey jerseys, you'll know that typically I prefer the white jerseys. I get a lot of questions as to why that is or what it is about the white jerseys that I like, whereas I know a lot of newer fans and necessarily maybe even kind of older fans completely disagree with me, and they typically will favor the dark jerseys or the colorful jerseys as opposed to just the plain whites, everyone kind of looks the same jerseys. Now for me growing up, kind of in the 90s and early 2000s, the white jerseys were typically worn at home. And I always like watching teams when they play at home. I usually will cheer for the home team, no matter what city they're in. I'm a sucker for the goal horn and the fans, and I think it's a really exciting when the home team scores. So for me, watching the home team in their white jerseys has always just kind of stuck with me, and it's something that I've always really liked, and something that I really quite enjoy with these playoffs that we're in right now, where both teams get the goal horn and goal song. Obviously there's no fans, but it's really just kind of brings back a lot of good memories seeing the white jersey team celebrating with the goal horn and goal song and fan noises. But yeah, for me, I've just really always liked the road jerseys. So why am I doing this, you might think? It's going to be probably unfair. I'll just say the white jersey for each one. But I wanted to kind of go through and give you each team which one I like better, because they're not always the case where I like the road jersey better. There are quite a few actually that I prefer the home jersey, which quite surprised me actually when I went through all the teams and did this list. I was pretty surprised. Alright, so I kind of want to go back a little bit. 1933, the Detroit team and the Montreal hockey team both wore red jerseys. I can't remember if they were the Red Wings at that point or not. But it was the Montreal Canadiens versus the team from Detroit, and both teams were wearing red jerseys. Now, TV obviously wasn't a huge factor at that point, 1933. I'm not even sure they had TV at that point, and even if they did, it would have been in black and white. But hockey was not a TV-driven sport at that particular point. It would just really affect the players on the ice, and if there's any fans obviously watching the game, kind of might get a little bit kind of confusing. But if I remember right, I think one of the teams, whoever it was, not the home team, they actually had to wear those things that you have in in high school in gym class where they make you put on a bib or whatever the hell they're called. I think one of the teams actually ended up wearing that. I think it might have been Montreal actually. But moving forward ahead a little bit, it wasn't until the 1950s that the NHL made it mandatory for each team to have a white jersey and a dark jersey. So that's kind of where that came into effect, and I believe the dark jerseys were actually pretty much the home jersey up until about the 70s, and in the 70s the NHL made the white jersey the home jersey. So that pretty much stayed the same. Really kind of where it started to change was about 2003. The NHL started bringing out a lot of retro vintage style jerseys, but a lot of them tended to be the darker jerseys. So that's kind of where the trend started to switch. Alright, so in 2002, 2003, that was the last season that the NHL had the white jersey as home. And then going forward from, I think, the 2003-2004 season, the home team was going to be the dark jersey. I think that's how it was. Because Tampa, when they won their Stanley Cup, they were at home, and they were in the dark jersey. So, sounds about right. Now, it's typically, that's how it is. There's odd times where the team will wear the white jersey at home. If they, bring out a new white jersey, kind of want to show it off to the fans, give the fans just a little bit of a different look. But for the most part, it's always going to be the dark jersey at home. I think 2 years ago, actually, Carolina and the Anaheim Ducks played in a team where both teams wore their dark jerseys. So it was red versus black. which I thought was pretty interesting. Maybe once or twice a year, I think a team could do that if there was enough contrast with the teams. Obviously, you couldn't have, you know, Chicago versus Detroit both wearing their red jerseys. That wouldn't work. You could get away with Toronto versus Detroit wearing red and blue. That would obviously work. Tampa versus Toronto, that would not work for both teams wearing blue jerseys. That was just a bad idea. And teams that kind of wear yellow, I feel like that could pretty much be worn almost anywhere on the road or at home. Ooh, the ice cream truck's outside. Hold on one sec. I want ice cream. It's hot in here. All right, where were we? So yeah, we'll pretty much kind of get right into this list and go through the teams that I like their home jersey or dark jersey better. All right, up first is the Anaheim Ducks. Now, I don't have the Adidas home version, but it's pretty much identical. You'll get a good representation. This one for me was a really easy. It wasn't even close. I do much prefer the road white jersey to this black home jersey. The contrast, I think, is a lot better. It's a lot more better of a balanced uniform on the ice. You'll probably hear me say that a lot in this video. I'm honestly not a huge fan of either jersey in comparison to the rest of the league. But I do think the white one is a lot, just a nicer, cleaner look to it. And yeah, I think the Ducks need a new look just in general. Whether they want to promote their third to a home jersey and kind of bring out a white version of that, I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, the road jersey for me is the winner here. All right, so up next is the Arizona Coyotes. Now again, kind of like Anaheim, I feel like they almost need a new look for home and away. I'm really in favor of them bringing the Kachina back full-time as the home jersey and bring out the white one as the road one. But of these two, I would say I do like the home jersey better. Now I really like the white one as well, but this one is really, really close. This is pretty much a coin flip one here. I do prefer the shoulder logos. I do like the unique shade of like maroon red that they have. Just all in all, I think it's a really, really sharp looking jersey, but both are quite nice. But I do want to see the Kachina come back as a full-time thing. So I'm not going to drag out jerseys for every single team because I don't have actually the black Boston jersey that would represent their home jersey either in Reebok or Adidas. So which one do I like better though? Definitely the road jersey. And this one's not really even close. I really, really like the Boston road jersey. Not a big fan of the home jersey. And I know we're kind of looking strictly at jerseys, but the whole sock change that they made from going to the Reebok yellows that they had on the socks, switching over to the black ones that they have now in the Adidas one, I don't care for that look at all. It's really, really too similar to the Pittsburgh socks and Pittsburgh uniform. Obviously the yellow shoulders differentiates it quite a bit, but yeah, the road Boston jersey, phenomenal. Gorgeous, gorgeous looking jersey for an original 16. All right, Buffalo, this one is kind of pointless really to talk about because we do know that Buffalo will be redoing their jerseys for the next season. They are apparently be going back to a little bit more of an original royal blue as opposed to the navy blue, so kind of excited to see that. As far as right now though, I do prefer the home jersey, and I would say it's a pretty close comparison to which one I like better. I do quite like the road one, but I think I like the home one a little bit more. Alright, so Calgary Flames next, the hometown team for myself. Now, I have gone on the record numerous times on this channel and other people's channels, going on and on and on, and pretty much beating a dead horse at this point with this conversation. You all know how much I really dislike the retro look that they have and how much I absolutely love their current look as a home and road jersey. I think they're some of the best in the entire NHL for both of them, but I think I do prefer the home jersey a little bit over the white one. Again, really close, but it's a really beautiful uniform, and I think they look phenomenal on the ice. I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this one, but we are talking strictly the home and road jersey. We're not bringing thirds into this, but I think I do like the red one a little bit more. Alright, so Carolina Hurricanes. Now, I was really torn on this one, because if it was last season with the old Hurricanes road jersey, it wouldn't have even been a comparison. And the Canes road jersey that they have right now. It is something that's really unique and it's really different, and I was not expecting that when they came out with a new road jersey this year. It would have probably beat out the home jersey if it said Carolina or if it said Hurricanes, but since it says Canes, I am going with the home jersey. I think they have one of the best home jerseys in the entire NHL as well, kind of on the lines as the Flames, but unfortunately I don't have that one yet, and it makes me really sad that I don't. But this one is pretty close, but yeah, the Canes word mark kind of drops that one down and definitely elevates up the home jersey, but I do still like it. Alright, so moving on to Chicago. Now the home jerseys have had a little bit of a nice little run here, which is kind of surprising, but Chicago switches that, and I do prefer the road jersey to the Blackhawks. Now both jerseys are absolutely gorgeous, so Blackhawk fans, simmer down here a little bit. They're fantastic jerseys. They're both relatively similar. There's not a huge difference in them. I think the white one, the logo just pops a little bit nicer, and the overall uniform on the ice is very, very, very sharp. Alright, so moving on to a team that I have hung up over here, the Colorado Avalanche. Now, Colorado is definitely upgraded when they came over from the Reebok Edge system. They are both a lot better than what they had going on in the Reebok era. I would still say they're a bit of a downgrade from the pre-Reebok era when they were, winning Stanley Cups with Sakic and Forsberg, but relatively similar. Biggest difference obviously being the font, I think, and the lack of a black stripe on somewhere in there. Having said that though, which one do I like more? This one as well, I'm going to actually take the home jersey. So, home jerseys are making a nice little push here in the beginning of it. Now, don't get me wrong, the white jersey is really, really nice. I'm super happy I have it. It's going to be really hard to find, especially with, Adidas making white jerseys a little bit tougher and more challenging to get. Now, the thing that I really like about the dark jersey is the shade of blue that's on there, and the lack of blue that's on the road jersey. That's pretty much what gets it for me. Obviously, the blue is still on there a little bit, obviously in the name kit, or the numbers and name kit on there, and around the kind of the collar area, but it's not enough blue. So the home jersey for me, for Colorado, that one definitely gets my vote. Alright, so up next we have the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, Columbus, I think, is looking really, really sharp in their Adidas look. I think they upgraded when they went over from Reebok to Adidas. I do quite like both, but man, the road jersey for Columbus, I think, is fantastic as a whole uniform. When you see it on TV and on the ice, it looks unreal. I was lucky enough to actually see this up close in person when I went to the Flames Blue Jackets game, I think last season. And yeah, it just blew me away how good it looked on the ice. And just up close, I can't say anything bad about the white Columbus jersey. So I think it's kind of close, but yeah, Columbus white, unreal. Alright, so up next, the Dallas Stars. Pretty close as well, but I do prefer the dark the dark home jersey for the Dallas Stars. That bright green is just something that's so unique and it's just so different. I can't give it to the road one on this one, as much as I do like the road jersey. I actually really like the road jersey a lot, but that green is just something that's just so out there and just something that no one else has quite like that. So for its uniqueness, the home jersey for the Stars definitely has to get it. Detroit. Now, Detroit is one of those teams that I do like both a lot again, but I would give it to the dark home jersey again at this point. Now, if it was like the 1940 style of the white Detroit jersey, that pretty much exactly mirrored the home jersey, I would probably lean towards that one. But the red sleeves have kind of always thrown me off a little bit on the road jersey, on the white jersey for Detroit, so I think I would say I like the home jersey at this point in time better. But I do hope the rumors are true that the Red Wings will be bringing out the exact opposite of the home jersey, which they had, I think, as their jersey back in the 1940s or 1950s. But it's pretty close. I do quite like the road jersey for Detroit, so there is that. But the home jersey is getting the win here. Alright, so the Oilers. This one is pretty close as well. The orange is just something, again, kind of unique. I know the Flyers have an orange jersey, the Ducks have an orange jersey, so it's not quite as unique maybe as the bright green that the Dallas Stars wear. But I do like the road jersey for the Edmonton Oilers. I think it is one of the cleanest looking jerseys out there. Now, I've never been a fan of the blue look that they had in the 2010s and then in the 80s and kind of into the 90s. I liked the navy one that they had, I guess, but the royal blue with the Edmonton one, I've never been a big fan of. But I think this current road jersey is phenomenal. I think it's by far the best jersey that the Oilers have ever had. And yeah, I think it's out of this world. Alright, Florida. Now this one is not even close. The road jersey. The white Florida jersey that they have right now is far, far superior to the home jersey. I feel like this is one of the ones that a lot of people would agree with on this one. As far as, I know a lot of people don't particularly like a lot of the white jerseys. But Florida, I think, is kind of the exception that a lot of people would say, you know what? The white Florida jersey is definitely better than the dark one. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I have no criticism about the white one at all. Now, LA, this one's not really even close as well. I do prefer the white jersey over the dark one. Again, LA is one of those teams I'm not a huge fan of either, to be completely honest. But I do think the white one is a little bit more appealing on the ice, seeing it. Back when they came out in the early 2010s, I quite liked them. But at this point, I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for something new for LA. But the road jersey that they have right now, I would say is better than the dark one. Minnesota, this one, I was going to say it's not even close, but I kind of like the road jersey a little bit more than I did a few months ago. But to be honest, it's really not even close. The home jersey for Minnesota is, I think, probably the best jersey in the NHL at the moment, as far as just regular home and away jerseys, home and road jerseys, whatever you want to call them. I do think Minnesota has one of the best looks. The shade of green is very different from Dallas, but again, relatively unique. Not a lot of green jerseys out there in the NHL. I mean, the Whalers won, but that's kind of a once-off here and there for Carolina. The St. Pat's, it's mostly all white with a really nice shade of green, but yeah, the Minnesota home jersey is just phenomenal. And this one is the one that really bothers me that I don't have in my collection. I desperately want to find a size 46 with the full-size logo. I'm desperate for it. I'm considering getting a size 50 just so I can make sure that it has the full logo, because this is the only team in my collection that I don't have an Adidas for. So once I get an Adidas Wild jersey, I will have all 31 teams until Seattle obviously becomes available. But yeah, that Minnesota home jersey, unreal. I would like to see the white version of this coming up for like the Winter Classic if they end up actually having that. I think a white version of it would be really cool to see, because their current road jersey, while it is nice, like I've mentioned, it's a completely different template, it's a style of jersey. There's really no matching features, obviously, other than the logo. But yeah, both are quite nice, but Minnesota's home jersey, not even in comparison. That one is out of this world. Alright, so up next we have the Montreal Canadiens. Not even close for this one. The home jersey, the dark red home jersey, is so much better than the current road jersey. I'm a huge supporter of Montreal bringing out like the 1945 style to match their current look for a home jersey. I would love to see that come back as a full-time road jersey. I think at Montreal, it's time to change the road one. And I don't feel like a lot of Habs fans would necessarily disagree with that. I know original 6 teams are hard to kind of change, and yeah, it's not like we're bringing out something completely new here. I think it would be quite accepted and quite liked by a lot of Habs fans, but Montreal fans, if you're watching, let me know what you think about that. And if that was the case, if Montreal did bring out this sweet-ass looking jersey, that would definitely probably make this a lot closer. And I would say that I probably would like that road jersey better than the current home one, but as it is right now, the home jersey gets my vote. Alright, Nashville is one of those teams that I kind of go back and forth on. When they first came out in Adidas, I didn't like them. I know a lot of people didn't like them. I know a lot of people still don't like them. But I would say I do like the road jersey a little bit better. It's kind of got a little bit more of a balanced look to it when you see it on TV and on the ice. Not really jersey related, but I would like to see the yellow come off the cuffs, and I would like to see the yellow stripe on the pants come off. I think that would help balance out the jersey a little bit better. I actually made an Instagram post about it a couple days ago now. Where was I going? Yeah. Yeah, with Nashville, it's pretty close. I would say, though, at the moment, I would definitely give it to the road jersey. But that could change tomorrow. This one was a coin flip. So moving on to the New Jersey Devils. I absolutely love the look of the New Jersey Devils, both the home and the road jersey. I think they're phenomenal. This one is pretty tough as well. I would say I probably would give it to the road jersey at this point in time. But again, kind of like Nashville, tomorrow I could easily change my mind and say the home jersey. But at the moment, I would say I do like the road jersey a little bit better. I think the look that they have in Adidas is way better than the look that they ever had pre-Adidas. I know pretty much everyone will disagree with me on that one. But yeah, do your own video then. Moving on to the New York Islanders. Now this one, not really even close. The road jersey for me destroys the home jersey. I don't like the home jersey at all. I think it's one of the worst ones in the NHL. I would be a huge supporter of making the third jersey that they have right now into the home jersey and even bringing out a white version of that. I think the Islanders are due for a new look at some point. But yeah, I think the Islanders could definitely benefit from that change, but it's probably not happening. But the road jersey that they have right now, I actually just watched them play in that today against Florida, and it looks really nice on the ice, and I think it's just a sharp-looking jersey. Not even close for this one. All right, so up next, my favorite team, the New York Rangers. Now this one is a little bit difficult because talking about watching teams growing up in the white jerseys playing at home, the New York Rangers are the first team that come to mind, and that jersey for me is synonymous with Rangers at home. Having said that though, I would probably say I do prefer the blue version, the home jersey that they have right now, over the white one that they had back then as the home jersey. I don't know, nostalgia can only go so far, and I do really have a lot of great memories watching the Rangers in the early 2000s, even though they didn't necessarily win a whole lot. But yeah, the blue jersey that they have right now I think is phenomenal, and both I really, really love. So this one is pretty hard for me, but I will give it to the blue one. Alright, so up next is the Ottawa Senators, and kind of like Buffalo, this one's kind of pointless to do because we all do know that the rebrand is coming. Whether it happens next season or not kind of remains to be seen, but I do really prefer the road jersey that they have in Ottawa right now. I'm a big fan of the look that they have right now. I don't think they need a change personally, but I am kind of excited to see what they do. But yeah, the current road jersey for me, hands down, way better than the red jersey. The red jersey, not road jersey. Sorry, it's a lot of similar words and it's not easy. Alright, so the Flyers. Now this is a team I do think needs to be rebranded. I'm not a fan really of either particular jersey, but if I did have to say one, I do like the red one. I do probably prefer the white Flyers jersey that they have right now. In terms of the Adidas one, I think I kind of like the collar styling better on the home one. I think it looks a little bit better than the Adidas road jersey. But overall, even going back to the Reebok look that they had, I would have to say I do prefer the road jersey for this team. All in all though, I'm not really impressed with either of these particular Flyer jerseys. I would love to see their black third jersey become the full-time home and bring out a white version of that. I think that would be phenomenal, but I probably don't get a vote because I'm not a Flyers fan. Alright, so up next we have the Pittsburgh Penguins. Not even close, not even remotely close. I really despise the home jersey that they have right now. Whereas the road jersey, I actually really like. I think that's one of the best looking jerseys out there. The Black Penguins one though, to me it's always just looked dirty and gringy, and I don't like it. I've never liked it, even way back when Pittsburgh was my favorite team. I don't think it's a nice looking jersey at all. I cannot explain enough how much I really don't like Pittsburgh's home jersey. Their road jersey, completely different story. I think it's phenomenal. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like this, but that's how it is. Up next, St. Louis Blues. Not really even close. I do much prefer the road jersey that they have right now. A big reason why is the numbers on the home jersey. I liked in the Reebok and previous to the Adidas era, they were yellow. Now they're white. I've kind of come around on that a little bit, but I would say that I do much prefer the white jersey over the home one. Especially as that is the jersey that they actually lifted and won the Stanley Cup in, so that's got to count for something, right? San Jose, Not even close here. The home jersey for the Sharks, I much prefer. Now, if it was going back to the Reebok era that they had, I would definitely switch my vote and say the road jersey would have been better. But in Adidas, with that shoulder logo that they have on the home jersey, that is a landslide victory for the Sharks. So the home jersey for San Jose, so good. Now, Tampa Bay, again, not even close. The road jersey is way, way better than the home jersey. Now, I would say I get a lot of heat for liking a lot of Tampa jerseys. The black third jersey comes to mind. A lot of people don't really like that. I love it. This road jersey, I freaking love as well. The home jersey, I really don't like. I think it is one of the worst jerseys in the NHL. The home jersey for Tampa is just really boring, and watching it on the ice on TV, it doesn't look good. The white one, though, it has a really nice balance to it that is just, I think it's a really sharp, clean-looking jersey. So, overall, the white jersey for Tampa, way better than the dark jersey for Tampa. Alright, so with the Toronto Maple Leafs, this one, it's pretty close, but I would say I do prefer the white jersey for Toronto as well. Kind of like Tampa Bay. The blue one on ice on TV, it does look better than the Tampa one, but I would say the white one is a bit nicer contrast, a lot nicer balance to it, with the blue pants, the blue gloves. I just think it looks a little bit nicer on TV to watch. So the home jersey for Toronto, not quite as good as the road jersey for Toronto. Alright, so Vancouver Canucks. Now I got both of them hanging up over there. This one's not really close either. I do really, really like the white jersey for the Vancouver Canucks in comparison to the home jersey. Again, similar to the Toronto and Tampa situation, I think it just looks better overall on TV. I think the contrast and balance is really nice with that, and yeah, super easy for me to decide that one. Alright, then I guess it's technically not the newest team in the NHL anymore, but one of the newer teams in the NHL, the Vegas Golden Knights. This one is difficult. I go back and forth quite a bit, but I will give it to the home jersey for right now. Again, similar to kind of what I mentioned with Dallas, it's just a unique color. No one else wears gray at home for a home jersey. I mean, I know obviously like LA Kings have their gray one, which is a weird jersey all in of its own because it's kind of like a white jersey and a dark jersey all at once. I won't get into that here. That's a whole other thing. Now, something a lot of people probably don't know about me, gray would probably be my favorite color. Now, I don't know if you can really consider gray or silver a color, but I love it. I think it's really, really cool. Now, Vegas, I do really love the road jersey, but the home jersey for me is a little bit better. Alright, so up next, the Washington Capitals. Kind of similar rule to the St. Louis Blues. The white jersey I do prefer. A big reason of it is that's the jersey that they won their first Stanley Cup in. And I think it's just, since it's a little bit more harder to find as a jersey collector, it's just that much more valuable to me. And seeing it on the ice I think is really nice. But I do quite like the home jersey. You all know how much I really hate the retro jersey that the Capitals have from like the 70s style look. I hate that, and I really, really quite like the look that they have right now. I don't want them to change unless they were to bring back the 90s look. I'd be in favor of that. And last but not least, the Winnipeg Jets. This one's pretty close, but I do prefer the actual dark jersey for the Jets. The home jersey that they have, I think on ice looks quite nice. I do like that they added the blue in like the cuff on the glove. I think that's a nice touch. Again, not really jersey related, just kind of overall uniform related, I guess. But yeah, the home jersey for the Jets I think is really good. The thing that loses it for me with the road one, I would prefer to see no blue on the shoulders. If it's all white, I think the white jersey would look better. But that's just me. So yeah, Winnipeg, the home jersey, gets my vote for here. Alright, so if you've been following along and you've been watching and made it all the way to this video, I don't know what's wrong with you and I don't know why you'd be still watching, but thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Totals, it is 18 road jerseys to 13 home jerseys. So I didn't think the home jerseys would have nearly as many as they did. I thought it was going to be closer to like maybe like a 25-5 split, or maybe best case scenario for the home jerseys like a 20 to 10 kind of thing. So 13 dark home jerseys over the white jerseys kind of surprised me, but all in all, there is some really nice looking home jerseys out there. But yeah, 18 road jerseys are better in my opinion. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. If you guys want, you can check me on Instagram as well. I'll leave a link to that in the description as always. I'll throw in my Twitter one as well if you guys want to check that out too. But if not, it's completely alright. So thanks very much again for watching, guys. I will see you guys again soon. Take care. Bye.